Hi, so today, like I said, we're talking about how to simplify complex fractions. In order to simplify complex fractions, we first want to figure out what is the common denominator of the whole entire thing. The denominator right here is a 10. The denominator of this is a 1. The denominator of 5 is a 1. The denominator of this is an x. So 10x is what our common denominator is going to be. So now we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 10x. So I'm going to multiply this by 10x, and I'm going to multiply this by 10x. Just like we did when they were numbers. Now we have a variable, but that's fine. So I'm going to multiply this. Remember that under the 10x is really a 1, and under here is a 1. So when I multiply, x times 10x is 10x squared. And then 1 times 10 is 10. Minus, this is over 1. 3 times 10x is 30x. 1 times 1 is just 1. In the denominator, 5 times 10x is 50x. This is over 1. 1 times 1 is 1. On the next term, plus, here we're going to have 1 times 10x is 10x. X times 1 is x. If we've done this correctly, then we should be able to simplify it quickly, and we can. The 10s cancel, and we're just going to have x squared minus 30x on the numerator. On the denominator, the x's here cancel, and we just have 50x plus 10. And so now we want to check to see if it can be factored anymore. Well, I can factor an x out of the numerator, and we're left with x minus 30. And I could factor a 10 out of the denominator, and I'm left with 5x plus 1. But that's all we could do with it, and it can't simplify any further. So that would be our answer. Questions? All right, for number 13, we're going to rewrite this. Every denominator needs to be factored before you start. How does this denominator factor? Jake, how's that factor right there?
X minus 11 times x plus 4.
Good. And then I'm going to write these down. We just have 2 over x minus 11 plus 1 over x plus 4. So in this case, I have 3 terms. I have this term, that's my second, and that's my third. So for all of those, let's write down what is the common denominator. What's the common denominator going to be? Yeah, okay, look. Right. So I'm going to have to multiply through by x minus 11 and x plus 4. I'm going to have to multiply the top by that. And remember, it's over 1. And I have to multiply the denominator by it. So when I multiply the numerator, I'm going to multiply straight across on the top, and I would have 12 times x minus 11 times x plus 4 over, multiply straight across on the bottom, x minus 11 times x plus 4. On the denominator, multiply each term straight across. So I'm going to have 2 times this times this. So I have 2 times x minus 11 times x plus 4 all over, multiply the bottom, x minus 11. Go to the next term, plus, multiply straight across, x minus 11, x plus 4, over, x plus 4. You do not have to show that step if you don't need to, because look what's going to happen. Those cancel, those cancel. So what am I just left with on the top? Just 12. For this term, The x minus 11's cancel. And I'm going to go ahead and distribute this out. What is 2 times x plus 4? 2x plus 8. On this term, the x plus 4's cancel, and I'm just left with plus x minus 11. So like I said, you guys can go directly from this down to this if you don't want to write all of that out. I'm just showing you the reason why it works. And so now to finish this, we just need to combine like terms. So we have 12 over 2x plus x is 3x. 8 minus 11 is going to be minus 3. Everything has to be completely simplified though. What can I factor out of this? 3. So we're going to have 12 over 3 parentheses x minus 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4 over x minus 1. That would be the final answer. Questions on that? All right. Do you guys have some free space where you can try one on your own? Okay, let's see if you can do this one. Let's do 5 over x squared minus 9 all over 3 over x plus 3 minus 4 over x minus 3. Oops, couldn't see it. There it is. So see if you can figure that out.